Well, everyone knows at least one of them, people who can't wait for more snow. Paul Cutting is one of those people. The Regina resident is an avid outdoors person. A few years ago, he took me snowshoeing for the Participation 150 playlist. It was a lot of fun, even though Paul was a little disappointed there wasn't as much snow as normal. That's not the case, or that is the case, rather, so far this year, which is fine by me, but Paul's latest winter activity doesn't need snow, and it got my attention. Not only is he an avid winter cycler, he's found a way to bike across the world as fast as possible without leaving home. Well, to find out more, I met up with Paul Cutting and also Dane Stennis at Western Cycle Source for Sports in Regina. Dane, by the way, is the co-owner and bicycle manager at Western Cycle. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. So how would you describe your passion for staying active in the winter?
Highly motivated. I'm excited about winter sports, but I love my summer sports as well.
And what are we going to be doing today?
Well, today we're going to be doing some cycling in the winter, but indoors. Does that sound good?
It does sound good, but we're not exactly. We're not going to be outside on the streets. Describe for our radio listeners, because I can see this whole setup. What are we looking at right now?
Right. What we're looking at right now is we have our regular everyday bicycle that we would ride outside. It is hooked up to something we call a stationary trainer or an indoor trainer that provides resistance to our bike without our bike actually going anywhere. And it provides resistance to the bike, so just like outside, so you can shift your gears and adjust the resistance and your speed on the trainer. But what we're also doing is we're looking at a TV, a big screen TV, that's running a piece of software called Zwift, which is a virtual world online that applies force to your stationary trainer to simulate riding outside in the real world.
It looks like a video game.
It is exactly looking like a video game. It's a 3D world video game replicating real worlds or fantasy worlds, but it affects you in real life.
Well, and when you say real worlds, I mean, we're not talking about some, like lowbrow game here. This looks like a real world. Like, tell me about the places you can bike in.
Right, absolutely. So some of the places that you can bike in that are real world simulations are you can ride in New York Central Park. You can ride in London and some of the famous routes around London, such as Box Hill. You can also ride in Innisbrook as well, which replicates some of the recent World Championship racing circuits that you can race online as well.
When you're actually riding on these courses, how does it replicate the real life experience?
Sure. Well, what they do is they map the real world roads outside in their gradients of going up or downhill. And what it does is it will actually change the resistance of your trainer on your bike to make it feel like you're going up and down those hills. So it is a 100% replication, digitally, virtually, but in real life, to make you have a good workout.
What's it like when you're actually on that bike and riding? I'll find out in a minute, but what's it like?
Oh, it's just like riding outside. I mean, you are going to feel the gradient of the road in exactly the same way you would outside. So if you know what it's like to ride a bike outside, you know what it's like to ride a bike virtually in this program Zwift.
Dane, over to you now. How did you get into this?
Well, it just kind of fell into our lap, to be honest. So here at the shop, the natural progression of indoor training just with the advancement of technology, just like anything else, right? It came to this enhanced experience for indoor training, and it really it helps you keep motivated, and it's more fun, it's more engaging. You can do virtual group rides with your friends in the middle of winter. These are just things that you normally couldn't do 5 to 10 years ago.
You said more engaged, more motivated. What was like the first time you hopped on and did this?
Oh, it's like a light bulb went off kind of thing, right? This is sweet. This is way better than just sitting on a regular trainer in front of Netflix or whatnot. So, yeah, it was eye-opening to see what the winter months can bring for your training.
What's the community like here in Saskatchewan?
Great community of cyclists. You wouldn't think because it's so flat, but lots of vibrant, active clubs in most of the major cities in Saskatchewan, and most of them are embracing this type of indoor training stuff, and even like what Paul's doing with HPL Cycling, they're doing weekly rides on Zwift.
Paul, yeah, when did you take this to the next level instead of, hey, this is fun and cool and motivating, to we can make a pretty serious competition out of it?
Oh, that's right. So I guess 2 years ago I hired a coach, and his main, the place where we train all the time is in Zwift, in line here in World, and in World. That's gaming speak, isn't it? So anyhow, I decided late in the fall, I said, hey, let's build a provincial series here and build Saskatchewan cycling community, because lots of the people who are taking part in this winter time trial series are people that will race together and do lots of events across the province in Saskatchewan in the summertime. But we have a short cycling season, so something like this where we can set up group rides and ride with your friends literally from around the world can keep that community and that sense of working out together and throughout the winter time in Saskatchewan. So not only are we competing, but we're also riding in a friendly style. And our weekly group rides, they're bringing people from across Saskatchewan. But not only that, we have people from Alberta, a bunch from Quebec, and even some people from the United States joining us that are our friends. And we all ride together at the same time in this virtual world.
I'm not dressed for it. I'm not warmed up, but let's give it a try.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's do it.
So we're going to teach Peter how to shift a bike here. So it's ready to pedal whenever you are. You are currently riding in Zwift on the world called Watopia on the hilly loop. And what Peter's about to do here is he's riding on some flats, but he is about to hit an incline, which you will feel very quickly.
Of course, you started me right on the hill, right?
Oh, yeah, you have to set him up to experience this. So we rode Peter right up to the base of a small hill, and right now he's riding up a 1% gradient hill. So
yeah, you can actually feel that gradient.
Applying pressure to the bike as the gradient changes. And once you get to the top here, you're going to take a little right-hand turn. And we're looking at scenery here of nice flowers on the ground and palm trees with a large Zwift blimp in the background. Peter's turning right.
See, the most intimidating part is I could see this mountain
Yes, there's a large mountain ahead.
And I know I'm going to have to pace myself for it.
And right now you should be feeling the trainer ease off because you're now on a flat, no longer climbing. But once you go under this beautiful concrete arched bridge, you will be turning right and heading back up another small incline. So we'll see how this goes.
I'm already feeling a sweat breaking out.
Yeah, see? That's right. Okay, so Peter's still on the flats. He's having a good cruise. He's currently doing 31 kilometers per hour, in case anyone is wondering.
Kilometers.
Kilometers, sorry.
That's the CBC language.
CBC. Sorry, CBC. Okay, Peter has just hit a 3% incline, and I believe he felt it.
I did.
That's right.
It for sure.
Over the bridge, and in the distance, you will feel a mountain very quickly.
Oh, boy.
There it is. Here it is. There we go. 2% grade, 5%, 6% grade. How does it feel?
I could definitely feel it getting a lot harder.
Absolutely. There you go. So Peter is shifting gears.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm going pretty slow up this hill, aren't I?
Well, you were doing 31 kilometers per hour, or kilometers per hour, and you're now doing 9. So I think you have about 30 seconds left, and then we can call it quits. As you turn the corner, you will probably hit about a 10 or 11% grade. 12% grade. Here we are. This is why you got me. So, Peter, you have now experienced Zwift and virtual cycling. You can pull the pin whenever you please.
Well, it is motivating though, because even though I know I can stop because it's radio, well, you want to catch I want to get to the
top.
Yeah, at least the next marker here.
That's right.
That's where I'm stopping. I passed that guy. That was my goal.
You're good. You've done it. Wonderful.
All right. Well, that was a very cool experience. I've picked up my breath again. I've wiped off some sweat. How do you guys think I did?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. First time, it's a lot of fun. So you're smiling and huffing and puffing, and that's what it's all about.
Paul's always way too kind. Dane, how did I really do?
Oh, you crushed it, man. Don't worry about it. It was all good. Yeah.
Paul, when you pitched this story to me, you took some shots at the esports world and said, this is real esports. Do you think this is the wave of the future?
Absolutely. This is just beginning. We're at the forefront of esports in this variety where you're actually doing a sport in the esport. It's about to take off worldwide. We've got the world sanctioning body UCI is sanctioning this, and we have real pros taking part and real teams cycling. So in Saskatchewan here, with launching this time trial series, we're at the forefront, and we hope to keep going with it.
Dane, what's it like when you see, well, maybe people like me trying it for the first time, but also diehards like Paul?
Oh, it's great to see new people experience it that aren't, let's say, aren't avid cyclists, because I think as soon as you feel that resistance change with the grade of the terrain within a virtual world like Zwift, they get it right away. And usually it's depending on how hard the hill is, it's a smile or it's a ouch kind of thing. But it's really cool.
Paul, a lot of people are going to be listening to this say, I want to check out more. How do they get involved?
Sure, you can check it out via our website, our cycling team website. It's hplcycling.ca. We have a page on there that explains this winter time trial series and our weekly group rides we do via the software of Zwift. So you can head over there to hplcycling.ca and check it out.
Thanks for having me out, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for being here.